and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to square off and finish the Flower Power Daisy Granny Square. I already have a complete video tutorial for how to make the center daisy motif, and you can find a link below in the description for that video tutorial. But today I'm going to be starting with that completed center daisy motif, and I'm going to show you how to square it off. I am using Lion Brand's Made with Love, the cottony one, and I'm using the olive twist colorway for the main portion of this square. I'm also going to be using a size G or a 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. You can use any size weight yarn that you wish. Just make sure that you're matching your center motif and your hook matches the yarn weight that you're using. Let's go ahead and get started. So after you finalized your center daisy, you're going to go ahead and fasten off your two colors here and weave in your ends securely. And we're going to go ahead and start with our main color for our square. And I'm going to get that on my hook here. And I'm going to join on my first petal. It doesn't matter which petal you choose, but what you're going to do is you're going to skip the first 8 stitches of any petal. So we're going to count our double crochet posts, and we're going to skip the first 8 of that petal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to be joining in the next stitch with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch. Single crochet in the next, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next stitch, treble in the next stitch. Now I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to skip the last 5 stitches of that petal. I'm going to skip the first 5 stitches of the next petal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to treble in that next stitch. So I'm going to skip the first 5 and then treble in the next. Double crochet in the next stitch. Half double crochet in the next. Single crochet in the next 2. Half double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and treble in the next. I'm going to be repeating that same stitch pattern, starting with that chain 4 and then the stitches that I worked across the top of this petal over the remaining petals. And so to look at our petal here, this is a completed petal. I've skipped the first 5 and then I've worked across the top, and now I will chain 4, skip the next 5 of this petal, skip the first 5 of the next petal, and repeat, treble in the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, treble in the next, double crochet in the next, half double in the next, single crochet in the next 2, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, treble in the last. And then repeat again through every one of the remaining petals. So I've worked through all the petals. I'm back to the first petal that I joined to. I'm going to chain 4. Again, skipping those next 5, skipping the 5 on the next petal, and treble in the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, treble in this one, double crochet in the next, and half double crochet in that last stitch, slip stitch join to the first single crochet that we made. And I've completed that round. So we're going to move on to the next round by chaining 1, single crochet in that same stitch, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and I'm going to work my first corner in that first chain of the chain 4. So treble, working in that chain, treble, 2 trebles, so another treble, chain 2, and then 2 more trebles all worked in that same chain to make my first corner, and then another treble. Double crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in the next chain, half double crochet in that next stitch, single crochet in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then work a corner. Repeat your corner instructions for that next stitch. 2 trebles, worked in that same stitch, chain 2, and 2 more trebles worked in that same stitch. And then I'm going to be repeating, working those same sequence of stitches until I work another corner. So we're going to repeat the same sequence, working a double crochet in the next 2 stitches, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then working a total of 9 single crochets across the stitches. So this next single crochet will be in the top of that stitch, and then work a single crochet in these next 4 chains. And then work a single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Double crochet in the next 2. And then in the next chain, we're going to work the next corner, 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 trebles worked in that same chain. And then repeat again that same sequence of stitches to the next corner. I've worked that last corner, and then I'm going to be repeating stitches until I get back to where I started. So double crochet in the next 2, half double crochet in the next 2, and now we're going to be single crocheting in every stitch to the end, which is going to be a total of 8 single crochet stitches worked in the top of the stitches from the previous round and into these chains. And then when we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch join to that first stitch to complete this round. And that is my first squared round completed. We're ready to move on to the next round, and this is going to be just a round of double crochet stitches. So I'm just going to chain 3. That chain 3 is going to count as my first stitch, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in each stitch until I get to my chain 2 corner space. And in my chain 2 corner space, I'm going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets, all worked in that same chain 2 space. And now I'm just going to be repeating that on around, working a double crochet in each stitch and in each chain 2 corner space. I'm going to work 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets, all worked into that same space. So just continue repeating that on around. I've completed that round of double crochet stitches. I'm going to slip stitch join at the top of that chain 3 to complete that round. And that has squared that off nicely. We're ready to move on to the final round. Now we're just going to work a round of single crochet stitches by chaining 1, single crochet, the base of that chain 1 in the same stitch, and now we're going to work a single crochet in every stitch around. In my chain 2 spaces, I'm going to be working 3 single crochets in that corner space. So I've gotten to my first chain 2 space. I'm going to work 3 single crochets and repeat on around, working a single crochet in each stitch and 3 single crochets in every chain 2 corner space, and just continue repeating that on around. After working your round of single crochet stitches, you're just going to join with a slip stitch to the top of your first stitch to complete your final round. So now you're ready to go ahead and fasten off, weave in your ends, and I do recommend a wet block for this square. It opens it up nicely, squares it off nicely, and really opens up the petals on your flower. If you need a tutorial for how to wet block your crochet, I do have a link below in the description for that as well, so go ahead and check that out if you need to. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks so much for joining me. As always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.